Purging for your divine masculine. It's a very normal part of the twin flame journey when, if you are on a true twin flame journey and you have considerably started to purge yourself and you've gone through that ego death and you can feel that the energy from the lower three chakras has been cleansed considerably, and even from your heart chakra, you can start to feel the shifts happening. You've done a lot of inner work. You've released a lot of subconscious blocks. Now, when the awakening of your divine masculine has started, it is something that the divine feminine always feels within her. How she feels is that because it's a shared energetic system, she will start experiencing a kind of a strange purging again, which will not be as triggering as her own purging was. She will be completely balanced, but she may start to purge for the divine masculine. That may look like, you are out and about and you're very conscious and you are living the best life, that you have lived so far. And you can see a path in front of you, so you're not easily triggered. If there are triggers that come your way, you can easily move past them. They don't sort of spoil your day. You can bounce back from these triggers because your inner peace is not threatened by outside situations. When you're in this place, you can start to experience the purge that your divine masculine is now going through, which can look like, having sudden body aches that make no sense to you. You know you're healthy and you know you're fine and you take care of yourself, and suddenly you have pain maybe in your shoulders or in your neck, or you have strange symptoms. Maybe your throat is suddenly not well, and you're wondering why you're always coughing. Why is there so much of a dry cough? Or just you don't even know what has triggered your throat. It's not a viral infection. I mean, you've already had those to know how those are very different and those are very real. But this just feels like an energetic cleanse. You can't understand the pain. You can't understand the stiffness in the neck if you're experiencing that, or you can't really even understand headaches that may be happening for no reason, or you suddenly can't sleep at night. When you are falling asleep, you are up like all night till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., just wondering why you can't sleep. You know, your sleep cycle could be completely shifted, could get completely changed. And even though you're tired, it would be hard for you to go to sleep. But this is the time when your divine masculine is awakening. So, what they are experiencing in their awakening, especially the awakening of the divine masculine, is very painful. It causes a lot of shifts, and in the normal life, in the way in which they live their normal lives, um, their ego death is something that you are also experiencing, especially if there are painful events that are happening in your divine masculine's life. You can start to feel them in your own body, because you have the same energetic system. You have a shared consciousness. So if one is going through something, it's not that the other is not going through the same thing. And especially during this time of awakening, this is what you could be experiencing. So what should you do during this time is what I want to speak about. And it is very useful if you can continue to maintain the focus on yourself and continue to do your healing work, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're in a routine, let us say you meditate, you go for a walk, you exercise, you do that. And if there are very acute physical symptoms you're experiencing, then it always helps to do some stretching, do some yoga, meditating, and dancing can really help you. Dancing not in a in like a hard disco kind of dancing, not that, but just simply going with, flowy movements. If you can just do some flow based movements in your body with just, some simple sweet music that you like, whatever you're enjoying. You can be in nature, you can do visualizations to connect with the Mother Earth to help you release this energy. It's important that you don't get so impacted by this because it can be physically very debilitating, especially if you have had, stiffness in the neck or pain or something like that. And you can't sleep at night or something of the sort, it is important that you understand in some ways you are purging for your divine masculine. In some ways, what they are experiencing, what they are going through, is also impacting you physically. So, when you are purging for the divine masculine, it is essential that you allow this purge to happen, than become impacted by it or something like that. Okay, this is a common thing, especially when your own triggers have reduced considerably. When your purging and ascension has happened to a considerable level, means that, it may look, your life will look very different from how it looked. And the karmic connections of your life, whether your family, your friends, your parents, literally with everyone, there will be a certain distance. Even with the good people of your life, because the good and the bad are all karma based. Even if people have, good intentions towards you, or they have poor intentions towards you, it matters not. It's all karmic. So basically, you will have a kind of a separation from this. You will start to not be impacted by what someone is saying, someone is doing. Maybe there are small triggers here and there, but you will bounce back in a day or two. Even with very major, life shifting events for you, you will not be sitting and dwelling in those events, and this is also going to happen when your connection with God will be very strong. You will be very connected to your guides. You will be connected to divinity in a very mysterious way, in a way where you can feel that God is guiding every step that you're taking. You're just like surrendered to the flow of where God is taking you, where divinity is taking you. And continue to focus on your inner healing, like I mentioned. Continue to do your meditations, continue to do your subconscious work if you're doing that, because that is just helping you clear off. A point comes where you feel like, okay, I have purged a lot, I have released a lot, but still you know that there is more that you need to release, there is more you need to let go of. So just allow that to happen. This is not the time to slow down, as they say. In in Hindi, when I was a child, I remember, the adult people around me used to say this, that when I was preparing for an exam or something, and I would get very disheartened, towards the end of the preparation period, especially in my 11th and 12th, I was in pre med, I was studying to be a doctor. And the closer I was to my board exams, I used to get very disheartened. I used to just be like, I'm tired of studying so hard, and I'm tired of doing this. And that's another story. I didn't want to do any of this. Um, and at that time, I remember my aunt had once said that it's like, the elephant has already passed, but the tail still remains. Like the tail is still sort of, it has to still pass through. And I think those of you who know Hindi, you know what I'm referring to, that हाथी निकल गया पूंछ बची है बस, like only the tail remains. So that means that a large part of your ascension has happened already. If this may not resonate with everyone, but this may resonate with a few of you. And if that is what you're experiencing, especially if you're experiencing this now in this very powerful time period, like the 1212 portal was so powerful, and it was on a new moon, which was such a beautiful coincidence because the energies were just lovely, and your connection with God would have become deeper, would have become, more acute for you. You would have seen the reality of so many of your own situations. And when our connection with God becomes very, very strong, our connection with other beings becomes weaker, because the thing is that the connection with other people, like mostly the people in our families and our friend group, those are karmic connections. Those are connections that are coming from some past life baggage or something like that. But when you start to make God the source of your life, any form of God, any form of divinity, any form of the higher connection, any kind of a reminder of that higher connection, what it does is that it automatically allows you to see your own power, and it allows you to feel good about yourself irrespective of, people around you. And that shifts your connection with other people. This is the way you are actually shifting from that attachment and entering into a stage of, where you can be unconditionally loving towards one and all, right? But for that, you have to let go of the attachments. So this kind of a time period is really corresponding with, the divine masculine awakening. For those of you who have significantly purged, where you can actually feel your energies moving up, from your heart chakra into your throat chakra or above. um, it's only for those of you, and for many of you in many other ways, and in many other smaller ways. This could be true. This could be true where you can feel that your divine masculine is also experiencing a shift, especially if you have started to focus on yourself, if you are not obsessing over them, if you have started to understand what this journey is really about in a deep way, then this will resonate with you to varying degrees, to varying degrees. So, simply speaking, when this kind of a purge is happening through you of the energy of your divine masculine, you can understand how beautifully one you both are, right? They also purge for you. Divine masculine also purges for the divine feminine. And coming together is always very healing for the divine feminine in many, many ways. The divine masculine energy is very healing for the divine feminine when she receives the energy from the divine masculine. Many of you would have experienced this if you've had any kind of a connection with your divine masculine, whether it has been sexual or not, even that, just even simple communication. If it is pleasant and it's very lovely and very beautiful, the feminine always receives a healing kind of an energy in her. She can feel that she's very healed after listening to her divine masculine, maybe talk on the phone or meeting up or something like that. That's just the nature of the connection. So you could be purging for your divine masculine if you're experiencing some symptoms that are not yours, that do not belong to you. You know it, that it's just not you. This only and only happens if you have considerably done your own purging, your own healing. You've become very independent, connections with other people, including the closest connections in your family, will not seem to make such a difference to you. You can see that they are external to your being. You can see that they were, all coming from a place of karma, and you have a distance with them emotionally, because now you're in your power. You're more anchored in God than you are anchored in your family, or you're anchored in people around you, whoever those people are. And this can be triggering, but this is actually very, very empowering. Very, very empowering, we should never forget that this is a journey of spiritual awakening. You should never forget that. This is not an ordinary journey. This is about you meeting your true self. And in that meeting with your true self, the part of you that was attaching and talking to other beings and other people out of a sense of getting something from them, whether you were able to be alone and not able to be alone, and so you sought company in other people, or family situations. And these are situations which are good and bad. You're even creating distance from the good situations, the good people, because like I said, everything has come from karma. Now you will start to have connections based on soul. And most importantly, it's going to be the connection with God. It's going to be your connection with yourself. It's going to be, you being who you are by just being. You coming into your beingness, you coming into your present moment awareness, you loving your own life for, having blessed you with just life. So, yeah, I mean, it's mainly for those of you, who you are experiencing this. Then I just wanted to tell you that if you recognize that you're purging for your divine masculine, because you're going through the same signs that you went through years ago, and now they are not your signs, they are the signs of your divine masculine, and you feel it telepathically also from them, and you feel it from your guides, and you just know that they are going through something very painful and that is impacting you. Then it's time to continue to do your inner work, continue to meditate, continue to dance, and just flow freely to release everything that is no longer working for you. And yeah, just be centered in yourself, be centered in God. And this is the best that you can do for yourself, that you can do for your divine masculine as well at this point of time. I hope this helped you all. And if you want to book a one-on-one session with me, my email address is on your screen. And if you want to book multiple sessions with me, then do inquire about a package that I offer. And I am sending you a lot of love. Take care. Bye.